Coming up next, moving forward, we're going to have Mortgage Matters by yours truly, Todd LaBorwit. And here with me is Craig Gilner, our producer from Metro Voice Media.
Howdy, Todd.
Welcome, and thanks for being here to keep me in check so I know what I'm talking about and not talking over everyone's head.
You're most welcome.
Well, Craig, what I want to talk about today is FHA and the importance of it, because I've been kind of ignorant with FHA.
Federal Housing Administration.
Right. Yeah, so what happens is FHA is an important factor in the mortgage industry. And I got corrected because I was in a meeting yesterday and I brought up my concerns with FHA because I've been in the business since 97. I've seen it evolve to where it's like taxes going up. It's getting more expensive, more expensive, more expensive. Same thing with FHA. It's getting more expensive, more expensive, more expensive. What I learned yesterday is the importance of Federal Housing Administration is because when the public sector, the banks or whatever, do away with their programs because of a crisis, we need FHA to be in place, even though it's expensive, but it allows less money down and it's more flexible with its lending guidelines, is it keeps the housing market moving forward. So when I run an option for a client and I run a 5% down or an FHA, on a piece of paper, they can look at it and say, well, it's better to do 5% down. But let's say 10 years from now, 5 years from now, that 5% no longer exists because the private sector wanted to get rid of it for any reason. People have to put 20% down. The housing market's going to go in a terrible direction. So FHA is important to have in place to run as a scenario. Should I do FHA? Should I do 5% down? Should I do FHA 3.5% down, or should I do 10% down? It's always good to look at all the options on the table because it might not be good today, but it's definitely might be important 5 years from now or 10 years from now.
Well, it sounds like FHA is a viable option, but what entity, who or what is threatening the existence of FHA?
Well, what I'd like to do is I don't want to answer that directly because I just learned of this yesterday. So if you want me more information, just text me FHA to 301-467-8444. That number again is 301-467-8444, and I'll get you in touch with the correct person that's lobbying to keep all this in existence. And that's a wrap for Mortgage Matters with the FHA and the importance of it. Coming up next, we have Ann Pyer, Director of Vocational Services at Cornerstone Montgomery, and we will be right back after these messages.
You don't go through life with a paralyzing fear every time you have a financial transaction. So why is applying for a mortgage so scary? At Topaz Mortgage with Todd LaBorwit, it is about educating and empowering you to get from point A to point B. Todd provides you with his exact closing cost, best interest rate, then invites you to shop around. Plus, if you call with questions, Todd picks up with the answers. Learn more at whytopaz.com. They are industry experts that care. Topaz Mortgage, NMLS 131548, licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission, MC 5344, Washington, D.C., MLB 131548, Maryland 18330, Todd LaBorwit, NMLS 131497.